Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in again. I know these are probably going somewhat out into the void, but it's really gratifying, especially to me, to just be putting something out, good, bad, whatever. I know I'm probably not going to be growing a huge audience doing these types of videos, but it's better than nothing for the moment. I believe in the summer and when the weather gets a little bit nicer, I'll have more time to devote towards making better videos. But for now, I really just have to make do with what I can. And this week was very busy for me. You're seeing footage of me flying from Helsinki to Paris. And after, so I spent the weekend in Paris. And after Paris, I headed to Strasbourg to cover the European Parliament. And that is the most overstimulating place in the world. First off, the European Parliament is only in Strasbourg 1 week of the month. So all of the offices are pretty much temporary. There's no decorations for any of the members of the European Parliament. It very much feels like a liminal space. Second off, it's so overstimulating just because every single language in Europe is being spoken all around you at the same exact time. There is a constant rush of activity from one to the other and from like one side to the other. It's really something you can get lost and drowned in. And at the same time, the entire complex is massive. It is you one entrance and one exit on one side, but the whole entire Parliament building spans across a river. I know right now I'm not really using the footage to talk about it, but this is what's fresh in my head. We had a good time in Paris too. My girlfriend Mariana, as you can see on the bike right next to me, we took these city bikes here, and they were really fun. Paris is a surprisingly bikeable city, as you can tell by Mariana's smile. But the issue really became with the city bikes is that in Helsinki, when a station is still filled up, you can you can lock the bike even if there's not a free dock. In Paris, you need a free dock or else you can't return the bike. So finding a free dock was very stressful, especially in like the very center of Paris near Ile de la Cité. And eventually we found one, but it took a while and we had to split the bikes up. Um, but yeah, so Mariana and I had fun in Paris, and then I went on to Strasbourg for the week, and it was good to be in Paris, but it's too big of a city. It really makes you appreciate Helsinki's size and its scale. The biggest little city in the world, as some might say. But yeah, Strasbourg is still fresh on my mind. I have some more videos for work coming out on that. Two of them already posted, two of them will head out. But it was good interviewing Finnish MEPs and just speaking to them, getting kind of into that world. It was really fun. I met a Portuguese radio presenter, and Portugal and Spain were celebrating 40 years as members of the European Union. Uh, and that was really a really cool thing. We sat up there in the press box while the King of Spain and the President of Portugal addressed Parliament. And you could tell that there was pride in the Portuguese, and I didn't really see any Spanish people on my side. I only spoke to the Portuguese guys. But they'd done the show from Strasbourg, and they were really relishing the fact that they were part of the European project. Not to be too romantic about it at all, but there is something quite special about being able to travel so seamlessly and feel connected with everyone on this continent. The city of Strasbourg itself is a symbol of this European unity, I think. My family actually has Alsatian. I didn't bother looking up the pronunciation, and I regret it now. But my last name Schilke comes, or Schilka, comes from this region of what is today France, but was fought over for generations between France and Germany. So being there does kind of maybe it's a placebo type effect, but it does make me feel close to my roots, even though they immigrated over to the U.S. in like the early 1800s. But still, there's something quite cool about being in that part of the world. And even in France and Paris, it was a little hectic, as the European Parliament was hectic. I'm kind of just repeating myself now. And if you've watched this far, thank you. One of the things I wanted to see in Paris that I hadn't seen the other time I went is not the Eiffel Tower, but is the last clip I want to show you. And I think it's very relevant, especially for today and with what we're facing. And, as someone who has split his time between America and Europe, I think that it's pretty cool that the French gave us the Statue of Liberty.